hello and welcome to the mini class series, Wealth Building mini class series, Multiple Sources of Income. I'm Millen Livis, financial independence mentor for women who want to have bigger life, free of insecurities and restrictions. And today, our topic for mini class is second option for source of income, profit income. And before we dive into this topic today, I want to have a brief review of what you learned last time. And by the way, welcome everybody who is here. And you know what? Why don't you tell me who is with me right now live? I would love to say hi to you and tell me where you're from. That would be awesome. All right. So while I'm waiting to hear from you, I just want to tell you that last time we talked about source of income number one, which is earned income that you receive when you exchange your time for money, when you work for employer. And we talked about the importance of having respectful attitude toward this income, because there is some attitude that many people have about working for someone. Almost if you're not self-employed, if you don't have your own business, then you're not successful in life, which I disagree. A lot of people who have jobs, they have stability, they make good living, and it's not cookie cutter for everybody. So if earned income is something that fits your lifestyle and your personality, then it's great. And with this being said, I just want to tell you that this mini class is a fairly short overview of multiple sources of income. And if you feel that you really have a passionate desire to be financially independent, I highly recommend and encourage you to join my new training that starts on Monday, June 17, called Multiple Sources of Income Powerhouse. Because in this training, we're going to dive really deep into 8 different sources of income, and you will be able to brainstorm, identify, design, and create additional streams of income from different sources. Okay, so now we are ready to dive into today's topic. Like I said, today we're going to talk about profit income. So let me make sure that I manage this new software correctly. So profit income is income that you receive from your business, whether it's online business or offline business. And for many people, the image of having your own business is equivalent to having freedom. So if freedom is your focus in terms of having your own business, then you've got to be aware that business can require your certain way of setting up your business may require your presence or not. So you can get active profit from the business or passive profit from your business. And if your goal is to get a passive income from your business, then you've got to systematize it, automate it, and delegate it. So you will have other people picking up the systems that you create in your business and able to run it without your continuous presence. That's what I created in my real estate business, and I know many people who automated their businesses as well. So the business does not require any more continuous presence of the owner. So that's what that's what I think is important. And thank you, Gina. It is important because for many, especially beginner entrepreneurs, business becomes another job. And ultimately, the whole idea for many of the business entrepreneurs, for people who have the vision of having their business, it's almost like business equal freedom. And unfortunately, it's not always the case. So keep in mind what is your desire in terms of having your own business and structure it. So eventually you will be able to delegate this and it will not require your constant presence and attention. Okay, so that was the first thing that I wanted to talk about. Next, next I wanted to talk about being entrepreneur. So like I said, a lot of people are very excited and aspired to be entrepreneurs. What does it take to be entrepreneur? I believe that number one requirement for entrepreneur is having a vision for your business, because that's what will drive you when the going gets tough. That's what will excite you when you encounter challenges. And that's what your employee or consultants or contractors, people who work with you, will get inspired by. So vision is I would put this at the top of being a successful entrepreneur. Obviously, you have to be an expert in a particular area of your services or products. You've got to be an expert in what you are offering to other people. Very important for every entrepreneur is to be knowledgeable about marketing and sales. And I know that for many entrepreneurs, that's a weak spot, because they feel that if they experts in the matter that in the area that they offer their expertise, that's enough. And I can tell you from personal experience that it's very important to be knowledgeable in the area of marketing and sales. So if that's what you feel you need to, the area that you need to upgrade, pay attention to that. Another thing that is important aspect of being an entrepreneur is is to be willing to take risk. Because having any business is about taking chances in life. And the better you prepare, the better your chances to succeed. However, it's still you're still taking risk by jumping out there, putting yourself on the spot, being visible, and just keep in mind that if you aspire to have your own business, then taking risk is absolutely part of this. Okay, so the next aspect of being an entrepreneur is being consistent with your efforts. Because sometimes, especially when it comes to marketing and sales, sometimes we feel that we put everything on the line that month, and then we feel tired and we don't feel like doing this anymore. And I can tell you again from personal experience that succeeding in business means being consistent with your efforts, especially with your marketing and sales efforts, with growing as a business owner, helping your team to grow with you, etc. So being consistent with your creative efforts as well. So consistency is very important. And finally, the final aspect of entrepreneurship, persevere through challenges, because you will be tested. You will be tested. Every entrepreneurial endeavor assumes challenges. So just make sure that you're willing to persevere. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share about being an entrepreneur. All right, I'm trying to manage my my comments here. So there are three timeless principles about succeeding in business. And well-known marketing guru Jay Abraham summarized that in three principles. So that every entrepreneur must to focus on as their as important goals. So one is to increase number of customers. That's your role as a business owner. Constantly focus on how can you increase your clientele, your customers. So that's number one. Number two is you've got to focus on increasing the average amount of your order. Okay, the amount of average order. So for example, in service, sometimes it means offering premier services, so upgrading services. So you may consider offering different levels of services, and ultimately you've got to have premier services for people who interested in that kind of service. And the third principle is you've got to increase the frequency of orders, right? So obviously that's how you create higher profits from your business. So most people have these days have online entrepreneurs have websites, have email platforms, lead magnets, opt-in pages, etc. And very often, I would say probably 80% of especially beginner entrepreneurs focused on creating products, focusing their time on creating products, and 20% on attaining clients or expanding their audience. And actually, the successful entrepreneurs have their time spread out in a different percentage. 80% is spent on increasing their audience and increasing their customers, and 20% on creating new products. So that's what the focus of experienced entrepreneurs suggests. And Robert Allen, a very successful serial entrepreneur, he calls it finding hungry fish. So how do you find the hungry fish, meaning people who want to work with you, who want to buy your services and your expertise? So there are three ways really that you can consider. One is the paying for advertisement, whether it's social media, podcast, radio interviews, TV interviews, TV promotions, podcast promotions, etc. Right? So paid advertisement. Second option is to grow organically, just by the word of mouth, by doing some speaking engagements when you just talk about what services you offer, etc. And the third option is a hybrid. And so for many people, hybrid would be probably the most appropriate option. So just wanted to mention this. Okay, so the next that I want to talk to you about today is, let me just click. So what are the three essential principles of business success? Number one is knowing who you are serving, really knowing your ideal client, right? Who do you want to serve? What this person, like if you could imagine this person in person, and how this person lives her life. What does she like? What worries her at night? What her ideal lifestyle looks like, etc. So just really know who your client is, and what the second important element of success in business, knowing what your client wants, desires, and what your clients needs, because it's not exactly the same, because some people may want to have like speaking from my business, for example, my clients want to have financial independence, they want to travel, they want to have beautiful home by the sea, etc., right? That's what they want. And what they need is to have more financial discipline, more awareness about how to manage and invest money, knowledge, how to invest strategically, things like that, right? So, so there is a difference between wants and needs. And this is the second very important element of succeeding in business, knowing what your ideal client wants and what your ideal client needs. And the third principle that is important, the third element that is important to succeed in business is to know how you can help this client to achieve her goals, whatever these goals, whatever the desires could be. And so again, it's knowing, I just want to summarize again. So how do you succeed in business? By knowing who do you serve, what your clients want and need, and how you can offer this to them, how you can fulfill their wants and needs. Okay, and if you could imagine your client's desire as a hero journey, basically meeting your clients where they are right now and where they want to be. That's your client's journey. And if you think in terms of what their problems right now, where they are right now, and what solution you could offer, and then once you offer the solution, what would be the next problem that they may encounter, and what would be the next solution that you could offer. So it's a chain of problem solution that you could structure your business around, your offers around this this kind of problem solution timeline. Because once you solve this problem for them, they would be at a different level where you would need to support them with different problems that they have at a different level. Okay, so that was, we talked about essential elements for every business success. Okay, so next, let me just change the comment here. So I'm sure you know that people are bombarded right now with information, with offers, challenges, boot camps, online programs, live programs, retreats, right? We all experience that. And how do you stand out in this environment? Because that's important, that you offer something that people would be willing to listen to you, that people would really appreciate what you offer. And how do you stand out in the environment when people literally bombarded with information and feel overwhelmed? So here's what I would like to share with you. I came up with eight I would say components, right, for successful business to stand out in the crowd. So the first one is create a sensational USS, unique signature system, because people want to feel that what you offer is unique to you, something that they cannot find somewhere else, and solution that you offer would be unique to their problem. Okay, so again, number one is create a sensational, incredibly powerful and impactful signature system. So that would be number one. Number two is to be real, to be authentic, to be consistent. People trust authentic people when we all feel energy, right? So when you feel that someone's intentions are authentic and the person is real, that's very attractive. So that would be number two, second component to stand out in the crowd. You may not be the perfect business, you may not offer the perfect business solution for everybody, but people who see you, who trust you, who connect to you will be attracted because they will feel your realness and your authenticity. Okay, so the third component to stand out in a crowd is to feel confident, to emit confidence, to emit authority, to emit passion about the outcome that you can guide your clients to create. So think about why you, what have you achieved in your life that will present a very strong case to your clients to work with you. Like why you come across as a person that has authority to offer this solution. Okay, and once you find it yourself, then you would be able to emit this. So it's not like you have to fake the authority. You just need to own it, and then it would be, you will be able to exude this just by being yourself. Okay, so that was number three. Number four, and I believe it's very important, make your client's success to be your wins. So truly focus on what you can help your clients create. Like make their successes your wins. I think it's very important because it's not your business. It's not about you ultimately. It's about your clients that you serve. So that was number four. Number five is find a way to communicate your message effectively and passionately. So, you know, if you need to learn how to speak publicly, whatever you need to express your message adequately and passionately. So whatever you need, whatever skills you need to upgrade, that's very important, to be able to communicate your message so people will hear you and feel aligned with your message. Because if you know who your client is and the message that you communicate is aligned with your client's needs, then your clients will identify with your message. And it's your job to communicate this message, like I said, authentically and passionately. Number six is own your value. Own your value, because your clients will feel if you have self-doubts, if you're not sure about your value, your experience. We feel each other energy. So it's very important that you own your value. So journal about why you, why you are the person who can offer the solution that your clients are looking for. Number 7, be visible. Be visible. I know it's not always easy. I know from personal experience it's not always easy to jump on a video call and just start speaking. You've got to put yourself out there. You've got to be okay with a spotlight, because as a business owner, you are a leader, right? And as a leader, you've got to be comfortable with being in the spotlight, with taking responsibility for your successes and for things that you need to improve. So be willing to be visible as a business owner. And number 8, I forgot to mention number 7 was be visible and also be willing to take risk, right? So like for many people, being visible is taking risk. Okay, and number 8, have mentors. Have mentors that have something that you want to achieve in life. Mentors that you connect to, that you feel really aligned with, that you trust, that you trust their intentions, that you trust their authenticity, that you trust their knowledge and experience. So having mentors, having good mentors is very essential. As you know, all champions, they have mentors in their lives. So I think it's very important in any business to be able to have support from someone who walk the trail that you walking in your life right now, walk the journey and know the path. Okay, so that's what I wanted to cover today. I just want to tell you that many people feel that earned income and profit income are the only income sources out there, right? That you either work for, you either have a job, work for someone, or you have your own business and you have a source of streams of income from your business. And it's far from being accurate. There are several other sources of income that you can incorporate into your life. And like I said, in my multiple sources of income Powerhouse training that starts on Monday, we're going to dive into 8 most common sources of income, where you will brainstorm and design additional sources of income. In this mini class series, I will cover only 4. And next time we're going to talk about royalty income, which is another source of income, royalty income. But that would be next week, same time, same place. And for now, I just want to tell you that I really appreciate your time. I appreciate your interest in considering multiple sources of income, in incorporating multiple sources of income in your life. I think it's very, very important, especially if you are aspired to be financially independent. And again, I invite you to join my training on Monday. I'm very excited because I already see and anticipate the amazing transformations that women who will join me on this journey will create in their lives. So I will post the link in the comments of this video. And until then, to living your life on your terms. Thank you again for your time. See you soon.